Hello and welcome back to Losers Round 5 in our coverage of the Halo 5 Pro Series. I'm Sharzy1, joined by Mr. Joe Sketch. And I think what we'll do now, right off the rip, is we'll give away a nameplate. Put down the keyword in control to be in with a chance to win the Beach Life nameplate. That's in control, all one word. You're asking why in control? Well, it's because Joe decided he was going to say it 4,000 times in the last series. So we're going to use it as a key giveaway word here today.
Yeah, I mean, it was actually 4005 for those drink along at home. And those two don't count towards the end of it as well, because they were said by Sharzy, not by me. But in this next game, we do have in control, and they're going to be up against the winners of the last game here, Sharzy.
They're playing against Adrenaline. It's going to be Undi Tonza, Permission, Maratones, and Denise. It's going to be a tasty one. They just got through a Game 5 against Moorish. It went the distance in a Slayer. Unfortunately, Moorish bow out, losing 50 and just getting, I believe, 30 or so kills. So just hadn't gotten enough in the tank in Game 5 when it mattered most. So it's sad to see them dip out, but we see Adrenaline push on. And can they go the distance against In Control here?
Well, I mean, last time we had In Control on the screen, I said it's going to be a 3-0. And I'm thinking again, this is going to be another 3-0 to In Control. I'm going to stick with them. I'm going to stick on board with them. And I feel like they're going to have enough to get past this Adrenaline side, Sharzy.
Right. You're just predicting 3-0s. Again, you really hate competitive EU Halo. You don't want to see Game 5s, Game 4s, none of that madness.
I'm a realist.
Have you got somewhere to be on this Saturday? Have you got maybe a dinner that you need to try and get to? Or because your wish list shut us down quite quickly.
I'm a realist, Sharzy. I'm gonna stick my heart. I'm gonna not sugarcoat it and say what I'm thinking. You know, if I'm saying this could be a 3-2, then like it gets these hopes up. Whereas if I say it's a 3-0 and it goes to Game 4, it goes to Game 5, then it's gone above. People expect expectations of a 3-0, and the extra game after that, they'll be vibing.
Yeah, we're adding value for any extra map we give you after 3-0, according to Mr. Joe Sketch. But let's talk about the maps and the game types. CTF Truth is our game number 1. Slayer, Coliseum, Strongholds, Empire. And that's where the series ends, if Joe Sketch is to be believed. But we're hoping to see Oddball, Eden, and Slayer Regret. Do you see any sort of chance for Adrenaline in any of those maps?
So we'll talk about the first 3 maps because they won't go for the rest of them. I'm not giving Adrenaline enough credit. Obviously, I think it's going to be 3-0, but Adrenaline are a very strong side of all. And I think it's going to be on this CTF Truth. The first game for me is always that swing game in these ones. And CTF Truth, again, like I said before, it's been one which has been around for ages. Everybody knows how to play CTF Truth. And it's one which can, if you're Adrenaline trying to get a good foothold in this series, that's where you're going to get it in that first game, Sharzy.
Righty, tidy. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to roll the giveaway after the first game, and hopefully it'll be in Adrenaline's favor, so we can already shut Joe up on his predictions and get him right onto that other side of the fence. But CTF Truth is going to be your game one. And like you say, if you don't know how to play Truth right off the rip, you're in big trouble. Wonderboy always says he wants to see the flag ran P side, never ever run a car side, was his philosophy. Unless, I guess it's a flag standoff of some sort and your flag is running on the P side and you're really just trying to get some sort of distance between you and the enemy team. But we're going to jump into it. It's going to be about controlling that camouflage. Unfortunately, though, Joe, we've no Fireboy, so we may have to see a few camouflages.
Yeah, sad times, Fireboy and Camouflage. That duo is unfortunately out of this cup. Stay tuned for future cups to see them reappear again. Obviously, those two are not going to be too far apart from each other. So it's going to be someone else this game, Sharzy. Someone else is going to grab the camo, and hopefully they can utilize it for their team in the start of this one. Truth.
What I'm looking for from Fireboy is to actually rebrand to now Burn Boy, because that's what he does. He gets the job done. He gets it. No. He's Burn Boy. Don't try. I do the rebranding around here. Burn Boy it is. But we're on board with Sparky. He was pivotal in the last series. He's heading towards this P side now. It looks as though it's going to be a 2v2 as he split all over that side. It looks as though 3 members of Adrenaline or of In Control have actually fallen, and Camouflage has been burned.
Yeah, and they just want to prove me wrong. That's all it is now, as it seems to be Adrenaline getting that great kills off the start, and they're continuing and running this flag already. It's a nice play from Jesus, but he's left alone as Adrenaline already have the enemy's flag in their base. Good kill from Jesus, but he gets it taken down. Nearly gives him a hands of permission, and that flag grab is still out for Adrenaline. They're still going to try and control, try and get the reset as the red team are pushing into their base, Sharzy.
Permission trying to do everything he can, but Sanart says permission denied as he falls to the respawn screen. Denise tries to get that flag to lift up towards the top base. Did he do enough? As we're now on board with Sparky, who was trying to get the return onto his flag, but he's got many enemies to deal with. But they've got somehow, miraculously, they've gotten that return. And not only have they gotten the return after falling 3 dead at the start there, Joe, they've managed to get a cap and have a second one already on the move. What has just happened?
I have no idea what's happened, but it's been a fantastic play from Sparky, and with 3 players in his base, they just said, all right, Jesus, you can go run this flag. We're going to hold down a blue spawn. They're not going to let the side of Adrenaline get any control here, and then they start running another flag, and that's 2-0 already, Shirzy. 2-0 already in this game.
2-0, and we haven't even seen the second camouflage. We're a minute and a half in, and for all intents and purposes, it looked as though Adrenaline had done the right thing. They'd gotten 3 kills over towards that camo side. They'd managed to get the burn. They got the flag over to their base, but somehow, some way, In Control have managed to get back-to-back caps as we jump on board now with Sanart.
Yeah, fantastic start, it must be said, from the Adrenaline side, but they just fumbled at the last turn. They almost desperate did the flags, and from that desperation, they just see the momentum came back and stayed in Control's way to rally that second flag back. And again, talking about another flags, they've already put out another flag here.
Just absolutely divide and conquer at the moment as Denise tries to get the return and gets that cleanup onto Jesus as well. And now Camouflage is in the chest. Can they start to steady the ship?
Yes, this is going to be a moment really here for Adrenaline. They've got camo. They've finally got some control on the map. We need to see Denizzi here get this big kill with Sparky. So it's a nice takedown. He's going to play his life here. He's going to slowly hold this top middle of the map. And the longer he stays alive, the more the red team here have to look for him. And Denizzi just playing his life, but he needs to get some shots down at some point as his teammates are trying to run the flag back.
Denizzi, he stayed top middle all the while with the camouflage, just relaying any sort of information that he can to his teammates. But he didn't put any damage down as that player just drops in front of him, but he didn't have the reactions to do anything. Can he get the there we go, return in 2-1, but will there be a counter cap as Sparky has a flank?
Yeah, Sparky's left alone in his base, so I don't think there's going to be any counter cap this time coming around. But red team are just keeping up position here, in control, are just constantly putting pressure towards Adrenaline's base here. And you can see this with the players like underneath the base, like Sticker here, just trying to clear out the rest of Adrenaline, try and get some more momentum, try and get a flagpole, but it is nicely taken out again.
On board now with Jesus as the ship has been steadied, and it's been an absolute roller coaster of emotions so far between Adrenaline and In Control. But In Control at the moment just getting the better of them in terms of score, and they're putting the pressure now as they start to put the squeeze down onto this Adrenaline roster. They have them trapped over towards that car side. Sparky has gotten a double kill. Surely Permission now will fall to the hands of Jesus. Somehow, some way, Permission gets a double kill, but Stick is on hand to get that kill. It looks as though it's 1 man versus 1 man to get the return.
Yeah, great play from Permission. That's probably enough, really, to stop that flag cap from pushing any further, Shirzy. And so far, it's been brilliant play from the side of In Control. They're just always constantly pressuring the side of Adrenaline here.
Maritones now looks as though he's trying to stop any sort of momentum from In Control. He's set up towards this front base, puts some shots into Jesus. Can he get the cleanup as he's getting double teamed at the moment? Sticker puts the melee into him. He's unable to get that cleanup. We see the camouflage now has started to pop. Sparky has intentions of popping that into his chest, but Permission's down there closest to it. He's touch tight, gets it into his chest. That's a camouflage secured for Adrenaline.
Yeah, big plays. Permission again, bringing the side of the camo to him, to his team in Adrenaline. And that's the second camo they've got in a row now, and hopefully the last time they got the camo, they rallied a flag cap from it, and this is what they need again to try and get back in the lead. And Permission, you see him, he's sneaking about bottom base. He's going to make his way up to top middle. He sees 3 players, 3 outlines of a red team there. He's all alone really top middle, just trying to hold down his team. Nice back right, but he needs to get a kill here.
Oh no,
that's a poor trade there from Permission. Really needs to play his life there, but the backpack just didn't come in for his team.
Undy Tunze, the last alive for Adrenaline. The writing is on the wall here. He needs to try and stop this. Any sort of push with that flag. He gets taken down, lit up by 2 members of In Control. That flag is still alive for the moment. Looks as though that player is set up towards P3. Sparky now gets towards that flag, gets a touch as well, and is starting to push it forward on the move. It's a trade between Jesus and Denizzi as both members fall, and that's going to be music to the ears of Sparky as he heads towards this last and final cap. It's 3-1 to In Control. CTF Truth goes in favor of Sanart, Jesus, Sticka, and Sparky. It looked very good, but boy, oh boy, was it hectic.
Yeah, hectic across the board. That camo play from Mission didn't work out. And whilst he was staying there top middle, isolated, as you saw on the screen, all the in control players, you saw them rushing P side, getting that P Street control. And as you said earlier on, Shirzy, all those flags are run the P Street, and there's 3-1 to in control again, winning the first game.
There's confirmation now. In control, 3-1. They have won. Let's roll that giveaway. Spilly, the man in the office, should be rolling that dice. In control is your final chance for the keyword. Dino is the man who's been plucked out of the hat. We'll get that forward on. If you can send on your gamer tags, that will be fantastic. Congratulations to you on the Beach Life nameplate. We'll get that sent off and get you rewarded with that. So congratulations to you as we now fire up onto Slayer on Coliseum. It's a map and a game type that Wonder Boy never likes to watch. It's always very snowbally. It's always whoever gets the power weapons. It's generally around the midway point wins the game. What way do you see it going here, Joe?
Wow. I mean, I'm going to be a party people still. It's going to be in control here. Definitely going to be in control. But we did see some fantastic snipes and rockets in our last series, in control versus interference. So I'm looking forward to more of those, or more of the same there, as both these power weapons, even though you might go in favor of one team, the power weapons produce those juicy plays, which we like to see on the stream, Shirzy.
We do like to see juicy plays. I'd like to order that up to whoever's taking my order right now. Juicy plays, please, if you don't mind. I like my steaks medium rare, if there's any steaks going. Maritones heads towards that sniper rifle. Looks as though he's putting that down as the gun he wants. He's marking his territory very early as he just melees the pyramid. You can't kill that, Maritones. But one thing Sanar can do is take you down.
Yeah, Sanart and Sticker working together there, trying to control the snipe side of the map. But Undy Tons is here. He's playing the Guardian for that sniper rifle, and he gets the clear on Sanart. So as a reward, Shirzy, he's getting the sniper, first sniper map. Undy Tonza pressures on you here to hit some shots. He's got his teammates around him, filling the wall around him now. And he misses those 2 shots narrowly, nearly hitting and connecting with both of them. He's still seeing a nice no-scope on Undy Tonza. Can he get a second one? No, but he's going to run away. Oh, I don't like that play. He's died, and Sniper's still on the map, and it's going to go on the side of Sanart, the red team Shirzy.
I think what he needs to do after he's missed that initial shot on the player ramp is he needs to get himself out of dodge and rotate out of there towards safety, but unfortunately he's dead there after a couple of members died. Sanart gets a headshot onto Tonza, finds the body of that player in the window, which is Denisi, which is now cleaned up. That's 4 members dead now for Adrenaline.
4 members dead. They're all spawning that red elbow, and Sanart knows that. Can he get a snipe shot? Ooh, shaving off the hair of that player as he tries to re-challenge. Bit of a reckless challenge there, and it's going to get momentum on the side of Adrenalines, and now only 2 kills down despite that rocky 4 down there, Shirzy.
Here we are now with Sparky set up towards that red elbow, getting tanked down. Jesus is trying to help him as best as he can, and Sparky's saying a prayer that he can do more than that as he gets taken down by Tonza's nade, lovely bank grenade that spins up into the visor of Sparky and sends him to the black. And now we're on board with Jesus as he heads towards this rocket side. We won't see rockets for another few seconds or so, but he's got a lovely little flank on that player blue window. If he looks for him, he's starting to sprint, and maybe that player in the window will see him. As you can see, he starts to take that damage because of that momentary sprint. He shows up on the radar, and can he re-engage this player as he's been taken down? It's a 1v1 for the ages, but down he goes.
Yeah, really good play from Undy Tonza there. He managed to get 2 kills whilst his teammates were falling around him. Almost in a 2v1, still managed to get some kills on the board there for Tonza as he jumped aboard with Sticker. Just sneakily getting a good spot for DMR. Nice headshot onto Undy Tonza as he's pushing on. He gets the killing spree. He's playing well, and he sees the Rockets. Brilliant Nero dodge against those Rocket player, and now he's going to challenge from above. He's going to get a kill. Nice trade. So that Rocket race of the Maritones just gets stuck in the end, but a good trade from Sticker.
Rockets were in the hands of Maritones, and it wasn't really so much that it was a good dodge. It was just that Maritones was using them more as a set of flares. He didn't usually put them off the ground or try and hit the Spartan head on. He just shot them towards the back, and it done 0 damage, and because of that he has fallen, and the early lead is well and surely in the favor of In Control.
Yeah, just in Sparky, take a little dip dive off the map, but he was already getting shot up anyway. Maritone's just getting taken out as we jump on board with Undy Tonza. And that Optic Gaming pistol skin is going to get chased down by 2 players. But he stays alive just in order to get a teammate to help him out of the mission. but was eventually taken out. Sparky now in a one-on-one with Maritones. Good kill, but it's just trades across the board, Jersey. This is all helping out In Control.
Trades everywhere as Stika now has the sniper rifle, and unlike... Oh, he falls though. He just got beamed as Denise picks up a double kill, and what sort of significance will that have on the rest of this Slayer? Sniper rifle down just on that red ledge now. Will we see a member of the enemy team pick that up and put it to use, and will that come back to bite them? As Maritones looks as though he has the sniper rifle. No, in fact, it's actually Undi Tunza who has the sniper rifle in his hands with only 4 bullets left to play with. He has to reload it now as he's set up towards this red catwalk area. Puts some shots down to Jesus, getting some pressure from behind. Needs to escape it with his life, but he can't. Stika shuts him down.
Yeah, red team just focusing fire on that sniper rifle, and Andy Tonda couldn't even get any shots away, so that sniper's still down on the map somewhere. But we see Sanat now with his teammates cleaning out blue base. That's 3 dead. Stika with the rockets as well. So it's all control for In Control, as we see once again the blue team adrenaline scoring out that red bend. Nice shots from Sanat again, killing spree before getting taken out.
Joe has said In Control again. Anybody playing the drinking game, drink that shot, get it down you. We're going to have you absolutely rubber, but in no time. But Denise getting some shots from Stika towards that bottom base, using that DMR, those extended sightlines while he can. But Undi Tonza with a lovely little double kill. Maritones gets a kill on the Sanart. They're down by 12. Make that 11 kills. Is this lead insurmountable?
This is the only time we've got to do it, really, but I think the lead's just too much, because all that In Control have to do is just play the trades and stick with a great kill, shutting down Denise when he was just trying to build up some momentum. We're on board with Maritones as he gets an assist from Undi Tonza, but his teammates are falling around him. Nice one-shot clean-up onto Jesus as he spots this player in blue base. Nice shots, re-challenges. Can he get the kill? Ooh, I don't agree with that challenge. His teammate gets taken out by a grenade around him, so Sanat a great double kill there.
Down. Great work from Sanar. Tonza though, just as we roll onto him, he also hits the death screen. We're a little bit of a curse at the moment as we try and find somebody, as Sanart also falls. When we get on to him, one man that likes to play his life is Sparky. Maybe he'll have some sort of semblance of communication with the rest of his team to close out this game. Almost a steak. I talked about it before, about how I wanted it medium rare. It looks as though I'm going hungry. I'm not going to get my steak.
Yeah, no steak, but you do get some H5BR action here, Jersey, as Sparky just soars in and gets taken out. But I guess at this point, he's just trying to soar in and try and get some damage as the game is nearly closed out. Jesus now playing a little sneaky on that back ledge as he sees 2 players here around the cave side, just jumping back and forth. Nice shots, but he isn't going to get a clean up on either of them, as they just seem to be toying with him now.
There we go. Last kill will be at the hands of Sparky with the rocket launcher onto Maritones, and that will be 2-0 lead for In Control up against this Adrenaline roster who looked good in patches but just didn't have enough in the Slayer game. They couldn't do it on a wet and windy night on Coliseum. No,
they definitely couldn't do it on a wet and windy night on Coliseum or on Truth as well. So it's 2-0 in our series to In Control, and Sanart 20 for 8 in that series, Jersey, absolutely putting on a power play there.
Stannard putting on an absolute clinic, it must be said. Another man on the opposite side, maybe we can give a little bit of love for, is going to be Undi Tonza, who actually went 16 and 10. But someone we have to highlight now, Joe, it's Permission. 2 kills, 12 deaths. That's just not acceptable.
Not acceptable at all. I mean, the one saving grace maybe is those 10 assists. You might be saying, well, actually, all my one shots were cleaned up, but 2 kills, 12 deaths. It seemed like whenever we were on board with Adrenaline, they were all falling in that caster curse, and Permission just got the worst end of that, Jersey.
Yep, it was Permission who fell by the wayside, and he, unfortunately, someone has to be the anchor on the team, and unfortunately, this time around, it was Permission for Adrenaline. But we head into strongholds on Empire. He needs to put that game to the back of his mind and push forward now and try and bounce back in Strongholds Empire. Can you get that camouflage? Can you get that overshield? Start to really push the envelope now against this In Control roster who so far have been dominant. Yeah, exactly. And this on Empire is one of these games we can just break out of hand quite early on. So we need to find those power-ups on the side of Adrenaline as he jump on board with Undi Tonza as he's pushing towards his OS. In his stalemate so far, Denizzi with his backup, and it seems like Sanat soaring for it, gets a burn. So Tonza's staying his life. So he jump board with Jesus now, does pick up the camo. So we actually see a camouflage not being burnt, Jersey, on the map, as we see him capturing bottom middle now here, Jersey. And I think it should be early control, for that's right, In Control. We heard about Jesus turning water into wine. Well, here he has himself invisible. He has that cloak invisible. Must have got it from Hogwarts. I don't know. But he has himself a little bit of a flank here. A double backpack should come through. We know he just melees the side of him there. It seems he's got himself into a little bit of a tussle now. And he falls. That's a misplay for him. That's unlucky. But now on board with permission. Can he get himself more than 2 kills? As though he's already on 2 kills. He's already matched what he had before. Permission with 3 kills. More kills now than he had in the entire Slayer game. He's starting to heat up.
Yeah, brilliant nade from permission. And it's a real confidence booster. You know, starting this game strong, permission must have been a key thing for him. He just get taken down, but his team do manage to get control of the pit and control of the game so far. So jump aboard of Maritones in this turbine, trying to seek out Jesus with how his teammate does take him down. So they do have control of the middle map as they soar into red base. They're not going to get the stop on this, but hopefully get the slays to recap it as Sparky gets taken down here, Jersey.
Unfortunately for Maritones, it looks as though the red side have gotten those spawns just outside before they can clear the base, flip those spawns as we jump on board with the Nizzy, as he also heads into red base. The problem is here, they're all heading in here single file, and they should lose blue base as they cap red base, but fortunately for them, they're going to get a little bit of points from the triple cap, and I have to say, Adrenaline are looking pretty tasty right now.
Yeah, Adrenaline are playing really well at the start of this game, Jersey. And I think that the constant pressure, I mean, they had control of 2 of the plots here, and they still were pushing in a red base.
Oh.
They might have been doing single file, but what they needed to not do was all push out individually and get 3 down. It should be a pit capture, as it looks like Adrenaline are going to stop for a second, say, we don't need to desperate pit capture, we're going to try and get recontrol again.
The problem is, though, is that they have died at a pivotal point. All 3 members went down towards that turbine area, and because of that, they now should lose overshield and possibly camouflage as well, as Sparky pops it into his chest. We'll get a little look-see, and we can find camouflage as well at some point. But it looks as though Sparky's got himself into the pit. Has he been stuck by a grenade? Yes, he can. So he's not able to get himself up and ahead of steam at the moment. Undi Tonza in towards that pit area, and this is where I worry for Adrenaline, because In Control are starting to heat up.
Yeah, they're starting to heat up, and they grabbed both the power-ups. I think the camo was burnt in the end, so the time for both those power-ups were going to be both on the side of In Control. They're going to know those, so when it comes back up again, if we go the distance to that 7 and a bit minute mark, they're going to know the power-up timings and going to push towards it, Jersey.
Push towards it, they will. It looks as though they're trying to capture blue base now at the moment. Denizi's in a tussle, but Sticker's gotten himself a double kill. And when you're capping a base with a team member, you don't want to be able to get taken down by one member. So Sticker all by himself has stopped that push, and he's been able to stop any sort of regaining of blue base. Denizi's now trying to solo cap red. You need to get the slays here before they jump in these hills.
Yeah, exactly. And a perfect play from Sparky there. Gets the kill advantage. Takes out the blue team and rushes into the blue base for the triple cap again. Just perfect rotations here as a red team In Control are already pushing that triple cap once again. And what that does for the side of Adrenaline means that they're forced between either defending their solitary base they have in Control or trying to push out. And at the moment, they're just stuck outside the map. It's a brilliant play from In Control.
Early doors, Adrenaline looked very good, but the problem is they're all very disjointed. They don't seem to be able to push as a cohesive unit at the moment, and they're paying the price of that. Looks as though In Control are all on the same page. They're all singing from the same hymn sheet, and because of that, you now see this dominance in terms of the scoreline and in terms of the strongholds.
And power-ups here as well, Jersey. We're going to see both the camo and the OS coming up any second now. As we're looking on board with Sparky, he's grabbed that camo uncontested, which he can't contest it because they've got no control of any of the strongholds from Adrenaline. So they need to push for strongholds control before the game spirals out, which means that this camo and OS has both gone to the side of In Control.
Yeah, you've got a tough question to ask yourself if you're Adrenaline. Do you continue to let them score with the triple cap in order to contest those power-ups? Or do you try and get a side base but then donate both those power-ups that will only compound your misery? As you can see, this player trying to solo cap. Bottom middle, it's going to be Undi Tonza, but Sparky just waddles his way in, struts his stuff into that pit and just contests it. Now he's got himself a flank as well. Great job from Sparky. Triple kill for Sparky. He's putting on a clinic right now.
That was fantastic play from Sparky, and it must have been so gutting from the side of Adrenaline. None of the camo players there, but none of them can do anything about it. And it spiraled out of control, Jersey. And we've seen 100 to 19 out of nowhere. That triple cap lasted for so long there. Brilliant play from In Control. They take the power-ups, and they take the game and the series.
Take the series 3-0. Sparky putting on a really impressive performance, but Sticker, 16 kills, 10 assists, and only the 7 deaths. So great job from him with the highest the damage dealt as well. Maratones this time is the one that anchors for his team. Unfortunately, only able to do 800 damage. He had a little bit of a struggle, only 5 kills to 9. And there we have the series confirmation as the score gets locked in, a quick 3-0 for In Control. But Adrenaline did look good in patches, but once they lost control, they were never able to get it back, Joe.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that Adrenaline, the key for them was the start of every single game we saw, they were in it. They had, even at some points, they were in the lead. You saw at the start of the flags, for instance, CTF Truth, they nearly captured that first flag. They're pushing and controlling Snipe side at the start of the Slayer. And even that one, they had a strong start to Empire. But as soon as they In Control got their heads in the game, as soon as they managed to get any sort of resemblance of map control, they just completely steamrolled the side. But I think the positives from the side of Adrenaline was that I think individually they played some good games, and if they can work on the mid game and the end game of their Halo, then they can definitely improve.
They can, and it's early doors in the season. Of course, it's only Cup 1 of the Open, so still plenty of cups and plenty of scrims you can put in to maybe improve yourself. But that is the end of Adrenaline's competition, and again, In Control are going to push forward now into losers round 6. So a great display from them. We're going to take ourselves a short break as we get the next lobby all lined up. We got all the players locked and loaded, ready to go. We'll see you soon.